Back on Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Head to youtube.com, put Locked On Sports Atlanta in the search browser. Hit that subscribe button. 3,000 subscribers strong and growing every day. Leave us a comment there. We are free and available on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. Then follow me on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. Lost in all the shuffle of the Atlanta Falcons preseason win, and obviously football cranked up. The Atlanta Braves had a big weekend where they took all 4 games against the Miami Marlins. Look, the Braves right now are on a 6-game winning streak. And now this sets up, starting tonight, this is what it's all about, right? Mid-August, postseason on the line, right? Pennant race, division race. This is what I love about baseball, right? We get Mets and Braves for a 4-game set at Truist Park coming up this week, right? Both teams are red hot. Braves have won 6 in a row. What are the Mets? The Mets are 18-2 in their last 20. They've been outstanding. You have some good pitching matchups coming up over these next few days. Carrasco versus Strider tonight. Morton versus Walker. And then Wednesday will be Odorizzi versus Scherzer. And then Thursday, to cap things off, Kyle Wright and Jacob deGrom. Doesn't get much better than that. 2 of the best pitchers in baseball hooking up out there. Look, here's what I'm going to say, okay? If the Braves are going to win the division, they have to win 3 out of 4 tonight, this week. Have to win 3 out of 4 against the Mets. If you're going to tell me that not 2, not 1, certainly can't get swept, but if the Braves are going to go and win this division, they have to win this series. Not tie it, they have to win. You have to pick up some games on the Mets, because once this 4 games is done, 3 games in October, the first week of October, first few days of October, that's it. That's it. So if you don't do it now, you have to play the scoreboard game. What are we doing? What are they doing? Beep, bada boop, bada bop. They have some bad teams. You got some bad teams. By the way, are we still on this? The Braves don't beat all the fluff teams and all that. The pawn scum, low life, dirtbag, Marlins and stuff. Anyway, sorry. But look, you have to take 3 out of 4 tonight. And obviously the Braves have had their struggles against the New York Mets this year. They're 4-8 against the Mets this year. They've been outscored so far in the season. It's been 55-48 that they have been outscored by the Mets. You got to get some things figured up and cranked up. Here's what's not going to happen against the New York Mets. This is not what you're not going to be able to do. You're not going to be able to just go out and slug your way through it. Okay? We're so used to the Braves playing home run ball. By the way, did we not call Matt Olson? Huh? When I speak, things get done. We talked about Matt Olson on Friday. I said, give me 3 homers. What'd he do? He went out and got you 3 homers, right? You're welcome. When I speak, the Braves listen. They have this little phone in their clubhouse that in the dugout there that they've always got me on. YouTube, Odyssey, whatever, they've always got me on out there. So we told you about Matt Olson having to get things cranked up and going, and he did just that. But the Braves are not going to just slug their way. You're not going to slug your way through Scherzer and deGrom and Carrasco and those guys, right? So you're going to have to find a way, make sure Ronnie, Dansby get on base, move some guys along, steal a base here. By the way, for some of those that thought I overreacted to Grissom, Vaughn Grissom, here's a list of all the players since 1901 that have scored a run in their first 5 games as an Atlanta Brave. Vaughn Grissom has done it, and that's it. There's your list out there. There are 2 young guys, Harris and Grissom, are outstanding. You love seeing those guys up, right? Those guys are providing a spark. Let's see Strider get some things going tonight. This is what it's all about, right? This is baseball. This is what you love about baseball. Mid-August, must win for the Braves. And they have to go out there and get it done. If for nothing else, to show that they are right there with the New York Mets as far as hanging and banging with them, right? You go out and lose 3 out of 4 in this set, whatever like that. I can tell you the division race is done at that point. You lose 3 or 4 to the Mets in this series, division race is all but about done. Because trying to catch up 7 or 8 games, because it's 5.5 right now, right? Trying to catch up 7 or 8 games when you don't play anybody head-to-head, you see how difficult that's been for the Braves, right? You see how tough it's been to try to really chip into this lead. You got it down to a half in one game, then it ballooned back up, right? So this series, if it's all about winning the division, it starts tonight. And Braves are going to have to offensively figure out some things. They're going to have to play a little bit of small ball. You're going to have to get some guys on base. You're going to have to use your speed. You're going to have to put pressure on the Mets defense and pitching staff. You're not going to be able to just sit back and homer your way through it all, which the Braves can do against the Marlins and the Nats and the Pirates and those teams, right? They can outslug those teams. You can't outslug the Mets. And I'm not talking about matching up offensively. I'm talking about Scherzer's not going out and giving you 4 homers. DeGrom's not going to give up 3 homers in a game. Carrasco's not going to go up and give 3 homers in a game. You're going to have to beat them a different way. And the Braves have all the capability in the world of doing it. Ronnie's been cranking things up and getting it going. You love Dansby. You love at the bottom of the order with Grissom and Michael Harris and what those guys. Look, those guys were why you won yesterday, right? They brought you back in that game, right? So, the very top of the order, the very bottom of the order is really getting some good things done for the Atlanta Braves right now. It's that middle part, getting Olsen, Riley, d'Arnaud, Contreras, Ozuna. Whew. About Ozuna's at bats yesterday. Anyway, we've already ranted about all of that. There's got to be, bring back Gorman Thomas or Rob Deere. Bring back somebody other than Marcell Ozuna out of it. But anyway, that's fine. Whatever. Look, the middle of that order, they got to get some, they got to be able to drive in some runs without just slugging it through. When those guys at the bottom and the top are getting on base and creating havoc and get some things done, you need to be able to hit a single to the opposite field. You need to be able to hit a fly ball when you need it. You need to be able to advance some runners along. It's a little bit different style, right? When the Braves are not built to play small ball. I get that, okay? But there's an old saying, improvise, adapt, and overcome, right? Because let me tell you what's not going to work. It's not going to work to sit back and just wait for 3-run homers against that Mets pitching staff. And there's a reason why the Braves are 4-8 against the Mets, this year, because it's not. Those are not great matchups. So it all starts up tonight. This is everything we could ask for, right? Braves, Mets hooking up here for one of the last times. And don't forget, too, the other sneaky part is if you don't get some things done against the Mets, don't stub your toe this weekend because don't look now. Here comes the Houston Astros. And, yeah, we talk about winning the World Series, and I get all that. I understand all that. But the Houston Astros are one of the best clubs in all of Major League Baseball. They're coming right in behind the Mets as well. And as it sits right now, I think the Braves are going to get lucky that they're not going to see Verlander. Thank God. Not going to see Verlander out there. But listen, tonight would be a great night for Strider to go out and have another monumental performance. This is where you'd love to see Strider go out tonight and throw 6 innings, 12 strikeout ball with just a run given up. That would be a great start. And then knock Carrasco around a little bit. The Braves have had some success here and there against Carrasco. Try to knock him around a little bit before you get to Scherzer and DeGrom. Because let me tell you, last time that didn't go very well for the Braves when they lined up against Scherzer and DeGrom, right? And it doesn't go well for a lot of teams when they line up against those guys. So super excited for this series to get cranked up and going. Braves are going to have to approach this, I think, a little bit different way. But I want to see playoff caliber Braves baseball. I want to see a team that's aggressive. I want to see them manage aggressively. You have to put your eggs in the basket of, we have to win 3 out of 4. If they're going to win another division title, it starts tonight. This next set of games, 4 with the Mets, 3 with the Astros, will go a long way to deciding what is going to happen. So we'll be talking about this all week long, obviously, here on the show, but let's hope for a good outing by Strider tonight. Let's see if the Braves offense can get some things cranked up and going. All right, well, thank you so much for making Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery your first listen every day. Make A to Z with Mark Zinno your second listen every day. Mark is back talking all things Atlanta sports. Of course, opinions you may not always like, but you got to listen into Mark. Check him out. He's free and available on our YouTube page at Locked On Sports Atlanta. Again, over 3,000 subscribers. Thank you for that. Appreciate everybody being a part of our growing community. Free and available on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. And, of course, give me a follow on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. Back with you tomorrow. We'll take a look and see what the Braves and Mets did in Game 1. This has been Hittin' Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked On Sports Atlanta.